Have you ever been at a party or with a group of friends and someone pulls out a cigarette and says, "Hey man, do you want one?" Back then, it might have been easy to say no, simply because you didn't like the taste of cigarettes or you didn't like the smell of smoke on you. Since nicotine can be found in so many products today, saying no isn't always the easiest. Nicotine can be found in e-cigarettes, cigarettes, chewing tobacco, and many more. Nicotine has many adverse effects on one's health and can ultimately lead to death. Despite this, the CDC says that 44.7 million people in the United States are still smoking nicotine. If you are one of these people still practicing the consumption of nicotine products, the time to stop is now, and I'm here to tell you why. Nicotine poses many short-term and long-term effects on one's health. Some of the immediate effects on your body when you ingest nicotine are an increased adrenaline rush. The National Institute of Drug Abuse says that although the user does experience a sort of rush, this is also accompanied by increased blood pressure, heart rate, and heavy breathing. Despite you directly affecting yourself, you are also directly affecting anyone in the immediate vicinity through secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke should not be taken lightly and can be very detrimental to children. Some of the long-term effects of cigarette smoking include damage to your heart, your lungs, and even your brain. In fact, an article on Healthline says that the entire cardiovascular system is affected by ingesting nicotine. Effects on your cardiovascular system can include heart attacks and tightened blood vessels. Tightened blood vessels can lead you to have blood clots or even a stroke later on in life. Perhaps the most common effect of smoking is on your lungs. Lung damage can include lung disease, lung cancer, and COPD. In fact, lung.org says that 80 to 90% of all deaths from lung cancer are contributed to some form of nicotine ingestion. Hopkins Medicine also talks about COPD and says that chronic obstructive pulmonary disease not only affects your lung system, but can also cause you to have chronic bronchitis and emphysema, both of which have coughing and shortness of breath as a symptom. Lastly, your brain. Your brain can be affected at any age through smoking, but this is especially detrimental to people under the age of 25. Because your brain is not fully developed until the age of 25, smoking can cause permanent damage to your brain. The Department of Health says these permanent damages can include mood disorders and decreased impulse control. Most importantly, smoking can ultimately lead to your death. In 2016, 7.1 million people died because of some sort of nicotine ingestion. 6.3 million of these people were directly smoking themselves, while 884,000 of them didn't and were affected by secondhand smoke. So now that you know the reasons why smoking is so bad for you, how do you quit? What ways can you go about it? The first thing to realize is that quitting is going to be very hard. Nicotine is a very addictive substance and quitting is not going to be easy, but I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can quit now. The first way is through a nicotine replacement. This can come in the form of cough drops, nicotine patches, or even nicotine gum. This way is very useful because it will deliver nicotine to you in certain dosages, and as time goes on, you can continue to lower those dosages until you are completely weaned off on your own. This will help curb your withdrawal symptoms later on. If nicotine replacement is not for you, you can also talk to your doctor and ask them to prescribe you a medication to help you quit smoking. This medication will not include nicotine, but it will help curb your withdrawal symptoms, which can include mood changes, irritability, and mood swings. Some of the most common medicines prescribed are Chantix and Zyban. Lastly, you can quit cold turkey. Quitting cold turkey is said to be the hardest way to quit, but also the most effective. Quitting cold turkey means that you do not take any extra precautions to help with your withdrawal symptoms or to help with your weaning off nicotine. When quitting, it is important that you have a support system and you keep track of your reasons why. Having a support system will not only make it where you have to keep yourself accountable, but you will have other people to keep you accountable as well. This way, when you want to light up a cigarette, you can go and talk to that person and they can remind you why you're quitting. Keeping the reasons you're quitting in the back of your head, whether that be for yourself, your family, or your children, will also help you stay on track. In America today, more and more people are quitting, and it is time that you quit too. I've given you the reasons why, I've given you steps on how to quit. The last thing to do is get to it. Remember, it's not going to be easy, but if you do it the correct way, you can quit and you become a healthier and better you. Thank you for watching.